Alright, in today's video, we're gonna go over how to farm the Darkmoor spells that just came out with the new update, of course. And I know a lot of people are gonna be wondering how to farm them at an efficient rate, and that's why you're here. It's just to farm it at an efficient rate. So, we're gonna be talking about how to farm them, of course, and as well as you are going to need these to upgrade the fusion spells of this as well, because they use the same spellement, but the thing is you just have to convert them into the fusion spells and whatnot, which I've already gone over in the fusion spellament video, so watch that video if you want a better understanding. But yeah, we're basically going to break down the best spot to farm the chests, as well as if you want to farm a boss, who should you farm. So if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and let's get into it. So first I want to go over who you would farm if you wanted to just only farm bosses. Now, the two best bosses to farm, in my opinion, are either going to be Sister Sanderson, or the Sanderson sisters, as well as Hierophant of Destruction. Now, I've already covered both of those fights on the channel, at least should have, depending on when this video comes out. They will be on the channel and whatnot. But the reason why those two are the best and why there's like a slash in between of which one it is, because they both prioritize certain things. Now, the Sanderson sisters do give you Spellements, of course, but they also give you a chance at socket wrenches. But the thing is, it's a 2-round fight. If you're just like, hey, I want to get some additional loot, then technically you would go fight Sister Sanderson or the Sanderson sisters. But if you don't care about socket wrenches and you just only prioritize Spellements, then sure, instead do Hierophant of Destruction. Hierophant of Destruction is a 1-round fight. If you have the team comp and whatnot and you have the build, it's a 1-round fight. But there is some animations when it comes to the cheats, so they kind of like even out in a way to a certain extent. But technically, Hierophant of Destruction is a faster fight, but you don't get socket wrenches, while Sister Sanderson is 1 extra round, but you do get a chance at socket wrenches. The socket wrenches are mainly used for all the new pieces of gear, and if you're lacking on those, because if you don't want to waste crowns, this is like your best bet. And of course, I already went over like on a video, I think like last year, of how to farm socket wrenches, and this is technically added into that as well. So choose between those, you know, pick your poison. It's up to you. I mean, it just really comes down to personal preference. But if we're being technical fight wise, Hierophant of Destruction is better. But if you technically want some socket wrenches, then yes, Sister Sanderson is your best option. You just pick which one you like. And then if you're like, hey Almond, I don't want to do any fights, I just want to do Cantrip chests. Well, from my testing, at least on Test Realm, is the best spot, which is Black Lagoon. Now, of course, I think a lot of people had the idea the final area is better, but when I did a couple runs and I literally went through each of the areas, it's easier to traverse through Black Lagoon than it is or like the final area and whatnot. Black Lagoon, you just have to go in a circle over and over and over, while in the final area, you have to go through up and down, like loop the loops and whatnot, which I'm not really a fan of. So honestly, I think Black Lagoon is a better shout. And I'll even have footage, of course, playing in the background of me farming it with a group of 2 other people. We had Sin as well as Juan, so it made it easier. We just kind of like divvied up this, like the spawns. So we just had one person cover the top half and the other person cover the bottom half. So if it spawned on the top half, we'll just teleport to each other. Spawn on the bottom half, then we just teleport to each other that way. So it's pretty easy, and you know what? There's even a good chunk of the area where the chests don't even spawn. So instead of traversing through that area, you can just leave a marker by like the house where the Hierophant boss is. Not where Hierophant of Destruction is, but where Hierophant is. And the one that you fight during the quest line. You can just leave a marker there and just keep doing a circle over and over, which I feel like is the best route in my opinion. And yeah, I think just honestly, if we're going to be doing cantrip chests, this is the best route. Of course, it's going to cost energy to cantrip the chest and whatnot, but a lot of people do favor this instead of farming bosses, which I think you should be worried about the spellements and whatnot for the spells later. I think realistically you should be prioritizing questing your characters, and then you know getting your badges and whatnot, and then after you quested all your characters or whatnot, and you're done farming all the badges and stuff to be able to craft the gear, then yeah, go and do some cantrip chests. But if you're like, hey, I need these spells right now and whatnot, and I don't want to farm anything, then yeah, go do cantrip chests. Realistically, those are like your best 2 options. It's either do cantrip chests in Black Lagoon. You can even make an argument for the final area, and farm spellements there, or you go keep farming Sister Sanderson and higher Fan of Destruction. Just remember though, those bosses are also giving you reagents which are used to craft the gear. So there's arguments to be made here, but if we're just strictly talking about Spellements, then of course higher Fan of Destruction or the Cantrip chest. It really just comes down to, hey, do I want to farm a Cantrip chest and run around and waste energy, or do I want to just keep doing a fight over and over and get specific loot from either of these bosses? It just comes down to you as a player, what you want to do. But my advice is just like I said, quest starter characters first, get your badges, and then after that you can decide for yourself, should I do Cantrip chests or should I keep farming these bosses for the reagents? What I'm going to be doing personally is I'm just going to be farming the bosses. Now, the only reason I'm doing that is because I also want the reagents that are dropped from the boss, because the reagent that's used for crafting and whatnot is dropped by the bosses. So why not just multitask? So for example, if luckily I don't need any socket wrenches because I have so many from farming from Waldaroo as well as Alanopolis, so I don't need socket wrenches. So for me, I'm just going to be farming higher Fan of Destruction majority of the time. Of course, I'm going to be busy making other videos and whatnot, so I'm not going to be doing this right away. But whenever I get time, I'm going to be farming higher Fan of Destruction and get those reagents to craft the gear. And on top of that, farm Spellements from higher Fan of Destruction. So there is that. That's just my opinion. That's what I'm going to be doing. But it's for you to decide as a player, what do I feel like I need on my account more. So that is it for me. Leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff, and there'll be plenty of videos on the channel. I feel like I've covered a lot on this whole update as a whole, but there's definitely a guide somewhere on this channel for you depending on what player you are, so look out for the other videos. But that's it for me, like I said, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.